He is right. I did do a rather good job. Now, one thing that caused frustration over the past few races of the season is that I was under the assumption that because I was winning all the races, I would have to keep that up. Now, with a 4th place finish, I'm beginning to feel that I no longer have to do it. I just gotta get consistently good finishes, and I'll have more than a decent shot of winning the championship. The race itself looked like things were about to go horribly wrong in Stage 3. I was not able to get back into the top 10, even though I could see everyone who was at the end of it. Let's just see how the race went. The finish was pretty anticlimactic. I'm not gonna lie, but at least I didn't make a lot of contact with anyone. I did break away from the other pack and then into this one, and I made contact with Matt Kenseth. That was because I couldn't see him. I had no idea he was even there. It was a pretty good race. I was constantly having to think about my setup, what everyone was doing, making passes, receiving passes. By receiving, I mean getting overtaken for position. And Denny Hamlin, I think, leading just about. Pretty much the only laps Denny Hamlin not leading were because of pit cycles. Lap 39, this was for 4th. Not really as close as it felt, but then again, there was one in my last career in the Xfinity Series at Daytona, which was significantly closer than it felt. Like, I can maybe post a picture online or something, but man, we were about dead even at the line. I nabbed Brandon Brown for the stage win. And all this time later in the Xfinity race at Kansas, he got me back while running away from me as I ran out of fuel. And typically, videos are extended by things like crash cams and burnouts, but burnout's not going to happen. We finished 4th, didn't win. I'm not sure about crash cams because the race itself was pretty uneventful. I have a hard time really imagining that a crash cam would come out of this. Eric Jones has just sort of been the disappointment of the year. I've ended up getting all the top 5s along with, okay, well, alright. I didn't think it would happen, but because it did, crash cam. And this is from a guy we don't talk about that much. He got a top 10 in Las Vegas. That's just about all we've talked about. That's just all we've done to talk about him. Or that's all he's done to get himself talked about on my channel. Although I'm sure on other people's YouTube channels he's like maybe won a race at Talladega or something. Okay, so here it's normal. He's about to get lapped by Matt DiBenedetto. Lapped because he's never really racing for position. Bizarre pit cycles were the one reason he actually got that's the one reason he ever got that top 10 in Las Vegas. He loses it. Just loses it. I think that's all that happens. He spins around about 270 degrees, impacts the wall, and starts going backwards. Settles up against the wall. A pack races by him, and he collects Ryan Preece. Backs into the wall, and Preece takes out his left side door. Not much to say about this one. And now up with the cool kids. Yes, I can say that because I'm driving the car that used to belong to the most unlikely champion in NASCAR history. Though he wasn't driving the 19 at the time. It was his penultimate year driving the 78. I think this is, post-redemption. Making a pass for third. We'll hold off Joey Logano for a while. We do this, we'll hold off Logano for a while. And then we'll come out of the turn. And it looks like it's one of those that's just going to end early, so we're just going to leave it at this camera angle. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about this race. Matt DiBenedetto looks like he took the final spot in the top 5, so that's actually pretty decent. Decent run for me all the way around. We fell back as low as 12th, as bad as we were doing in Dover. 12 was sort of a low, though, in Dover, and just happened at the worst possible time. But yeah, that's this race. Let's take a look at the results, shall we? Winning the race is my teammate, Center Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch finished second, with Joey Logano 2 seconds behind him. We took fourth with Matt DiBenedetto claiming his first top 5 of the season. Kevin Harvick finished 6th with William Byron in 7th. Ryan Newman finished 8th with Chase Elliott in 9th, and Matt Kenseth rounding out the top 10.